खायो, मैं नहीं माखण खायो, ओ मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखण खायो। बोर भयो गैयन के पीछे, बोर भयो गैयन के पीछे, मधुवन मोहे पठायो, मधुवन मोहे पठायो। चार प्रहर बट बंसी वट भटक्यो, चार प्रहर बट बंसी वट भटक्यो, सांझ पड़े मैं घर आयो, ओ मैया मोरी मैं कब माखण खायो, अरे मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखण खायो। मैं बालक बैयन को छोटो छोटो छोटो, छीको किस विध पायो, ग्वाल बाल सब बैर पड़े हैं, ग्वाल बाल जब बैर पड़े हैं, बरबस मुख मटर लगायो, ओ मैया मोरी ओ यशोदा मोरी मैं कब माखण खायो, अरे मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखण खायो। तू जननी मन की अति भोरी, तू जननी मन की अति भोरी, किनके कहने मति आयो, किनके कहने मति आयो, ओ मैया मोरी ओ यशोदा मोरी मैया मैं नहीं माखन खायो। तूने बहुत ये मैया मोरी सॉरी ओ मैया मोरी ये ले अपनी लखुटी कमरिया, तूने बहुत नाच नचायो, तूने बहुत नाच नचायो, ओ मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखण खायो, जियो तेरो कुछ भेद उपज है, तूने जान्यो परायो जायो, तूने जान्यो मुझे परायो जायो। सूरदास तब हसी यशोदा, सूरदास तब हसी यशोदा, ले उर कंठ लगायो, ले उर कंठ लगायो, ओ कन्हैया ओ ललिया ओ दामोदर मोरे तेने नहीं माखण खायो। He convinced Yasoda Maya कि कन्हैया तूने माखन नहीं खायो. Then Kanhaiya feels sorry and they आलिंगन to each other and they crying. Then Kanhaiya said, मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो, ओ यशोदा मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good. Well done. Good effort. Nice, sweet bhajan. Thank you for that. Really good start to the satsang. Hare Krishna, dear Mala and Sivakumarji. Thank you so much for hosting this satsang. And see, many of your friends has come. Vishwa is there. Hare Krishna, Vishwa.
Vivas, yeah.
Oh, Vivas, sorry. Nice to see you again.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very nice to see you. Thank you so much. And anybody else from your side?
Mohan.
Preeti, Mohan.
Yeah.
Preeti's there, Mohan's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good.
so much. Thank you for joining.
Saroja.
And Saroja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Saroja Mohan.
You met them a couple of years before at my home.
Okay, okay. So nice to be at Shivkumar and Mala's home. We're actually in the home. It feels like we're at his home. I know it's a little strange, but it's been really working well. We've had devotees joining from all over the world, actually, and somehow it's the Lord's arrangement that it's working out this way. We accept it, and we'll continue with the bhakti. I'd like to introduce Shavi to everybody. Shavi is our superstar.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. She's our Bhagavad Gita reciter. She is one of the most amazing persons I know, and I really, whenever I see you, I feel so happy in my heart. So thank you so much for joining. So what we're going to do is we will start with chapter 12. So the question is, why do we recite chapter 12 in Damodar month? So the reason is, let me just get this going first. Yes, can you see it?
Yeah, it's fine.
So the reason is chapter 12 is called Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. And we'll see as we're going through the chapter how Krishna explains Bhakti Yoga very beautifully. And Bhakti is also Radharani. And this month is actually Radharani's month, very special month, which is actually dedicated to Radharani. So that's Bhakti Devi. And hence why we are reciting Bhakti Yoga every single day, because we want to please Bhakti Devi by reciting Bhakti Yoga, the chapter of 12 of Bhagavad Gita, in order to please Lord Krishna. So when he sees us honoring Radharani, Bhakti Devi, Krishna becomes very pleased. So this is the shortcut way of pleasing Lord Krishna. Reciting chapter 12 every day will really help us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I wanted to ask, is there anybody who'd like to read the English? So between Shavi and they will do the Sanskrit. And Katan. And
Kathit.
Kathit. Oh, Kathit today. Wow. Hare Krishna. Now, I have to tell you about Shavi. You might see double soon because Shavi has twin brothers, Kathit and Katan. And they are only 5. So they also actually can read the English and they read the Sanskrit as well. So you'd like to read some of them, Kathit?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I think we can read, like, it could be me and then him and then me and then him.
If there is somebody else, it's okay.
Yes,
Yeah, or it could be someone else.
No, that's good. Actually, I like that idea very much, Shavi. Okay, so you can start with text 1, huh?
Arjunuvacha evam satatayuktaye bhakta swam paryupasate ye chapya aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Arjuna inquired.
Which Shabda?
Which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotion service, or those who worship the impersonal
Brahma,
Brahman, the
unmanifested.
unmanifested. Shri Bhagavan Maya Veshamano Yema Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayupetaste Me Yukta Tamamataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
If we see Krishna has been asked the question by Arjun, what is better, to worship your personal form or your impersonal unmanifested form? And Krishna's answer is very, very clear. Those who worship my personal form will engage me will be engaged in worshiping me with great and transcendental faith, are considered to be most perfect. So later on, we'll see, he says that those who worship the unmanifested, for them, the path is very, very difficult and troublesome. But those who worship my personal form, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Okay, carry on.
Ye tvaksharam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gamachintyam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam sanniyam yendriyagramam sarvatra samabuddhayaha te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhutahite rataha. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, or the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the supreme, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone. Such persons engage in the welfare of all, at last achieve me. Kleshodhikatarastesham avyakta saktachetasam avyakta hikatirduhukam dehavadbhir avapyate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Ye tu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha ananyena yogena mam dhyayanta upasate tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavani nacharat partha maya veshita chetasam.
So this one, if you don't mind, Kathit, I'll read this one. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pratha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So this is Krishna's verification. And then the next 5 verses, Krishna describes different levels of worship. He starts with the highest. He says, look, fix your mind on me. And if you do that with your intelligence, then you will always live with me. But then he says, if you can't do that, don't worry, do this. If you can't do that, do this. And if you definitely can't do that, try this. So we'll see the different levels of engagement. Krishna is allowing us, how flexible he is.
Mayi eva mana adatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyati mayi eva, atha urdhvam nisamshayaha. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
My dear Arjun, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without devotion, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिम् अवाप्स्यसि.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
Very well read.
Thank you.
अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुम् मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
If, however, you are unable to work in this
Consciousness
of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be left self-situated.
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
So he's saying, Krishna is saying to Arjun, fix your mind on me, okay, and you will live with me. If you can't fix your mind on me, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. Chant my holy names, read about me, hear about me, and you will get a desire to attain me. You can't do that? Then work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. But if you can't work for me, and you're working for somebody else, then give up the results of your work. That way you will become situated in a peaceful place. If you can't give up the results of your work, then at least meditate. And if you can't even meditate, then just get some knowledge about me. That's enough. Just get some knowledge about me. If you can't get even knowledge about me, then you are in a difficult situation. So at least try to get knowledge. So read the Bhagavad Gita.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः समे प्रियः.
So,
One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः.
He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me.
so these 8 verses, starting from 13 to 20, Krishna is doing the Bhakta Astakam. Usually, we do the Astakams for Krishnas, like we got Jagannath Astakam, Nandan Astakam, all these different Astakams which glorify Krishna. But here, Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita is glorifying his own devotees, what their qualities and natures are. So these are things that please Krishna.
अनपेक्षः सुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भ परित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः समे प्रियः.
My devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me.
यो न रश्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान्यः समे प्रियः.
One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me.
समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मान अपमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु समः संग विवर्जितः तुल्य निंदा स्तुतिर्मौनी संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर् भक्तिर्मान् मे प्रियो नरः.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me.
ये तु धर्मामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धदाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेऽतीव मे प्रियः.
Those who follow this imperishable path of devotion service and who completely engage themselves will faith making me the supreme goal are very, very dear to me.
Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Bhakti Yoga ki jai. Devotion service ki jai. Chapter 12 ki jai. And Shavi ki jai. And Kartik ki jai. I am so proud of you, Kartik. You are our future. And it is so nice to be engaged in a little bit of assistance in helping train our future preachers of Sanatan Dharma. And I'd like everybody to bless these two and his brother Kathan to become great preachers. Can everybody bless them, please? Jai Shavi, Jai Kathan.
Bless you, Jai.
And well done to Purna Mataji, her mother, their mother. Yes, Kathan. Kathan read yesterday and he was really good. And Katit is good as well. Okay, thank you so much, Shavi. Well done, huh? And you've learned 8 verses now.
Yes.
Well done. Shavi knows the 15th chapter by heart. And every day during Purushottam Mass, she was joining us and reciting very beautifully. And you're reading very beautifully as well, by the way. Thank you so much. So we're going to continue. Oh, we got the summary of Damodar Leela. Yeah, because many devotees will not be aware of the pastime of Damodar. Okay, so very quickly, this Kartik Mass is very important. From the Bhakti point of view, we can do Bhakti in this month and it's like 1,000 times any other month. Very important month for devotion. Why? Because a very special pastime took place in this month. Krishna was bound by the love of his mother's love, by the ropes of his mother's love. And he, looking very scared because he'd been naughty. For the first time, he engaged in mischief at home. Normally, there were loads of rumors of how he was mischievous in his neighbors' homes. But this time, he had the audacity to be mischievous at home. And his mother, for the first time, realized what the neighbors have been telling me is true. She ran after him, even got a stick on the way. And he was frightened. That person whom the sun shines every day, the moon rises and sets every day, was frightened of, they do that because they're frightened of him. But this time, Krishna was frightened of his mother's stick, which is very unusual. He thought to himself, in the past, I've seen mother use the stick against the monkeys and perhaps cows when she's helping herding them, but never against me. What is she doing? So she's running after him. And she catches him because of her amazing love for Krishna. Yogis try to run after Krishna lifetime after lifetime with the speed of mind. They still can't catch him. But Mother Yashoda, even though she's a big lady, managed to catch up with Krishna because her love is incredibly intense. And he allowed her to catch him. He even allowed her to tie him to this wooden motor after seeing her wonderful effort. This is the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And also he showed his divinity. There isn't a moment in Krishna's pastimes when he shows his divinity. This time he released the 2 sons of Kuvera, Nalagriva and Nalakuvera and Manigriva, from the curse of being trees. Now, This month is very dear to Krishna because it is actually very dear to Srimati Radharani. She's the presiding deity of this month. And wonderful pastimes took place with Srimati Radharani and Krishna. We haven't got time to go through those. In the spiritual world, and that's another reason why he is called Damodar. Damodar means, Damo means rope, and Uda means waist. This is a very special name of Krishna, which whenever Krishna hears this name, he himself becomes intrigued. Who's calling me Damodar? This month is very special because there's so many wonderful festivals that take place. Sharad Purnima, Radha Kund appearance, Diwali we did last Saturday, Govardhan Puja, Go Puja. Today is the disappearance day of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of the Hare Krishna movement. And Gopastami is on Sunday. Tulsi Viva is in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks now. And a couple of very important Ekadashis come as well. So in this month, devotees try to do extra bhakti. They offer a ghee lamp every day to Yashoda Mai and Krishna. They sing this beautiful Damodarastakam, which we will sing a little while. They do extra mala. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We read this Bhagavad Gita chapter 12 every single day. We try to recite this Gopi Geet from the Bhagavatam, 31st chapter of the 10th canto. And we do some fasting as well. Some devotees eat once a day, some don't eat grains whole month. And other devotees do more fasting. The last 5 days from Ekadashi are very important. So even if you can't fast for the rest of the month, try to do something in the last 5 days, a little bit more intense bhakti. We can push ourselves because this is our time to do that and get incredible, unlimited benefit. And we try to do more bhakti, less gossip, and definitely less television, and preferably no social media, except when it's connected to Krishna. So Krishna Leela is what we're talking about. We have come to, actually we finished more or less all of these chapters, except we didn't talk about Keshi demon and Vyomasura. So I'll quickly mention those two. Otherwise, we're systematically going through the Krishna book, and we will be looking at chapters 41 onwards in a few moments. But just reflecting on Keshi demon and Vyomasura, how comes sent Keshi when Krishna was 11 years, 6 months, and 4 days old to harm Krishna. But Krishna overcame Keshi demon very easily. I'm not going to go into any particular detail, except what he did was he put his hand in his mouth, and in that way, the life of Keshi expired and he was liberated. Now, this is Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan, which is where Krishna came and rested after killing Keshi. And this is where we bathe on the Yamuna very often whenever we go. This is the Radha Madan Mohan temple, very beautiful temple made by Sanatan Goswami. And this is Vyomasura, who is a bat who also was sent by Kamsa. And he was a demon who flies in the sky, Vyomasura. And he was also very easily defeated, of course, by Krishna. Krishna, when he defeats demons in Vrindavan, he transgresses the usual rule. He can actually, because they're in Vrindavan, his place, he can actually give them liberation into Golok Vrindavan, into the spiritual world. This is the beauty of Krishna. Everything he does is perfect. Even when a demon comes, just by the touch of Krishna, that demon becomes completely purified and is eligible to go back to the spiritual world. Now, one thing about Keshi, Krishna is called Keshav after killing Keshi demon. And whenever the Brijavasis hear the name Keshav, they cry and cry, because that was the last demon that he killed, or almost the last demon that he killed in Vrindavan. after that, Krishna went to Mathura and he never came back. So, and of course, we have a little bit of a different theory on that because Krishna actually never leaves Vrindavan. But having said that, the devotees, the Brajbasis, feel very sad when they hear the name Keshav. So I wanted to actually hand over to Janaki
to take us through
chapters 41 onwards.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Fantastic.
So yeah, just to go through the next few chapters of Krishna book with you all, very nicely. Of course, the Krishna book's written by Srila Prabhupada, so Jai Srila Prabhupada, and we'll just go through these chapters. So yesterday we ended on a point where Krishna had gone on a chariot with Akrur to Mathura. Akrur was a relative of Krishna, but he was also a minister of Kans, and he'd come to take Krishna to Mathura. And we all know that the real reason that Krishna was going to Mathura was to continue his Leela and to kill Kans, etc. And Akrur had been sent by Kans to get Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan. And just as there were many demons, so Kans had felt he'd tried many cruel ways of trying to get Krishna killed in Vrindavan by sending all the demons. None of them worked. So he thought, rather than me keeping on sending these cruel demons to Vrindavan, let me try and send Akrur. Akrur means one who is not cruel. And let me try and this time bring him to Mathura and see if I can do something about him here. And we spoke yesterday about how Akrur was actually a very, very deep devotee of Sri Krishna, and he just happened to be a minister of Kans in this Leela, but really he was a very, very sincere devotee of Sri Krishna. So they set out, they left Vrindavan, and later on that day, they reached Mathura. So we're going to enter Mathura today, and I hope you're all ready because we're going to go on a bit of a yatra to Mathura Puri.
Keep talking, and I will just, I've forgotten to put the next few chapters. You keep talking, and I'll bring pictures up later.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah. So Krishna reached Mathura in the afternoon of the day that he left Vrindavan, because those of you who've been to Vrajamanda will know that Mathura and Vrindavan are actually very near one another. So he reached in the afternoon, and he was with Akrur on the chariot with Krishna and Balaram, and all the other cowherd boys and Nanda Baba, and they'd all come along as well. They thought they were coming to attend a Dhanush Yagya, which is a big ceremony, a big festival which Kans was holding. So that's what they thought they were going to attend. Of course, we knew the real reason was that Kans wanted to kill Krishna in Mathura, but the pretense they were called under was a big grand festival called the Dhanush Yagya. So they all thought they were attending this Dhanush Yagya, so they entered Mathura. And the first thing that Krishna said when he got off the chariot at Mathura is he said, "Oh, I want to see the city, and I want to have a look around." That's what he said to Akrur. And we realized that tourism and traveling is nothing new. It was there in Krishna's time. Krishna liked traveling and liked doing some sightseeing, just like we all do. So the first thing he said is, "I want to see the city." And Akrur at this point, didn't want to leave Krishna and Balaram. He wanted to take them with him to his home and offer them food and rest. But Krishna and Balaram said, "No, we really want to see the city." So Mathura is a city, Vrindavan is a village. For Krishna, it was all quite new. He was a village boy, and now he was entering a city. And it was all quite, different. This was, there's much more kind of business going on in Mathura. It's much more busy. It's just a completely different life from village life. And it said that the moment that Krishna entered Mathura, the residents of Mathura were so completely amazed to see Krishna and Balaram and how beautiful they looked. And some of them had been hearing about him from Vrindavan Leela, and they'd been hearing about these two amazing personalities. But when they saw them, they all gave them quite a grand welcome. They were giving them flowers, and they were giving them, many, many kind of things like betel nuts and things, and giving them quite a grand welcome. And it said in particular, the ladies of Mathura were very, very awestruck to see Krishna and Balaram, just like the gopis in Vrindavan used to be awestruck by them. And Krishna makes his way along to Mathura. He's walking through the city, and the first personality, or one of the first
personalities he comes across is a washerman who is expert at dyeing clothes. And he saw that this washerman had some very, very beautiful clothes. And Krishna thought to himself, I've come from the village. I'm now having a bit of a city tour. I need to make myself look a bit like a city guy. So he said, I'm going to ask for some clothes to the washerman. So he asked the washerman, please, can you give me some clothes? The washerman said, do you have no idea who you are? Who do you think you are asking for these clothes? He says, I am the washerman and I am the person who dyes the clothes for Gans. And you are just some village boy. How dare you ask me for these items? And Krishna gets surprised hearing the reaction of the washerman, and he actually kills him. And we learn from this lesson that we should actually offer whatever we have to Krishna, especially when things are asked of us in seva. If we're asked to assist in some sort of seva, we should be very, very willing to give, and to give everything we have to Krishna, and not deny, in the way this washerman did. But also, like we mentioned briefly earlier, the washerman too, by being killed by Krishna, he also attained liberation, because he died at the hands of Sri Krishna, Bhagavan himself. And then Krishna continues his journey on, and the next person he meets is a tailor. We've got Sudama here first. I can talk about Sudama first. So one of the other first people Krishna meets is Sudama, who is a florist. And this florist had many beautiful flowers, and Krishna asked him for some flowers, and his reaction was very different from the washerman's. He happily gave many, many garlands, many, many flowers to Krishna. And Krishna asked him, you have served me so nicely with these flowers. What can I give you in return? And this florist very humbly said that I want nothing other than the bhakti, the devotional service to you, and I want to do good to other living beings. So he was a very pious soul, and even his request from Krishna was so selfless. And Krishna granted him bhakti and also granted him whatever he needed in this lifetime, materially as well. And that shows us that when we give to Krishna, we will also receive whatever we need to sustain ourselves materially. But when we do true bhakti, we can also have that as our top goal, because there's nothing better than for us to be able to do bhakti of Krishna in this life. So Krishna met the florist. He also met on this journey, he also met a tailor, and that tailor was also very, very happy to help Krishna have some clothes stitched that were fitting for his city tour. And again, this tailor didn't ask for anything very materialistic. He just asked for some very humble things, and Krishna granted him also a place in the spiritual world, and also whatever he needed materially as well. So Krishna is walking along, and he's meeting all these different business people and having some very sweet interactions. And then Krishna meets the very famous Kubaja. Kubaja is a lady in Mathura Lila, very, very beautiful lady, but she had a hunchback. And she was actually the one who used to provide sandalwood paste to Kans. And Krishna, seeing Kubja, he said, he referred to her as Sundari. He said, oh, Sundari, who are you and what do you do? And Kubja said, oh, I provide sandalwood paste for Kans, the king. And Krishna said, will you give me some of this sandalwood? And Kubja very happily gave this sandalwood paste to Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna, in return, straightened Kubja and removed her hunchback and gave her a very beautiful form. She was already very beautiful, but she became even more beautiful. And he did this just by stepping on her foot and raising her chin like this, and her hunchback disappeared, and she became a very, very beautiful woman. Already she was but even more beautiful. And just like Akrur, Kubja also wanted Krishna to come to her house, and Krishna had made a promise to Akrur that he would come in good time, and he made the same promise to Kubja. He said, once I'm done with some of the things I need to do in Mathura, I will definitely visit your house. And Kubja was very much in awe of Krishna. And later on we do hear about how Krishna with Uddhav will visit Kubja's house as well, but that's not in today's part of the story. So Krishna's moving along, and he spent this whole day seeing Mathura town, and it said that that evening he went back and he rested. He took a night's rest, and it's actually said that before the rest, he actually went to do one final thing, which was very close to Kans's palace, and that's that there was a bow, and this bow, this was the Dhanush Yagya that actually Krishna had been, the festival that they'd all been called for. And he went to this bow and he broke this massive bow. He strung the string and he broke it. And it's at this point that Gans began to hear the sounds of the bow breaking, and he began to realize that Krishna is very, very powerful. He's kind of already managed to break this bow, which I never thought he'd be able to break. And it said at this point, Gans became very fearful of death because he realized Krishna's power. And that was the end of their first kind of day in Mathura. And Krishna went back and rested, and Gans spent the night in deep anxiety about what was going to happen the next day. And the next day was the day that was originally scheduled for the Dhanush Yagya, and it was also the day which was scheduled for a wrestling match, another part of the festival they'd been called for. So the next day, Krishna and Balaram woke up and they heard the sounds of the wrestling match beginning, and they rushed to the place, the arena, which was going to be where the wrestling match took place. But before they got to this arena, they saw a huge elephant. Now, actually, this elephant had been set up by Gans to kill Krishna. Gans thought he's not going to have to kill Krishna himself. He thought yesterday, the day they arrived, he thought the watchman will kill Krishna, the watchman near the bow and the bow that he broke. They didn't manage to kill Krishna. The next trap he'd set for Krishna was this elephant, Kubla Pir Hathi. And he thought, this major elephant is definitely going to kill Krishna, and that's all I want done. And Krishna saw this elephant and managed to defeat this elephant and kill this elephant as well. So Krishna, one by one, was finishing all the traps that Gans had set for him. And Gans at each moment was becoming more and more fearful, realizing that none of his traps to kill Krishna were working. And he began to feel that maybe the prophecy that Krishna was going to kill him was about to come true. So the elephant was defeated at the entrance of the arena, the wrestling arena, by Krishna, and he used a husk, I think it's called the ivory husk, to kill the elephant. I think that's how the actual death happened. And then Krishna entered the wrestling arena where there was going to be a wrestling match. And this wrestling match...
if you don't mind,
yeah.
can you carry on tomorrow? Are you able to join?
Yes, sure.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't notice the time was running.
No, you were speaking so nicely. I think rather than rush, because it's nice to hear about Kamsi's so let's not rush that.
We'll leave it on a cliffhanger that Krishna is about to enter his wrestling arena.
Very good. So every day we're meeting on the same Zoom address at 7:30. Please do join us for the next episode. Thank you, Janaki.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautifully recited. Any questions for Janaki at all from anybody? Anybody like to know a little bit more? Okay, so let's move to the next part of this satsang, and that is we're going to offer a lamp to Damodar. Very important to offer a lamp in this month of Kartik. If you don't do anything else, just do this one thing. It'll take half a minute. And if you'll see this, in half a blink, eye blink, we can destroy sins of thousands and millions of births by offering a lamp in the month of Damodar. And, even if we don't do any mantras, don't do any pious activities, just work for banks, have no purity, then even we can become perfect simply by offering a lamp in this month. And it's as if we've done all the yagyas, bathed in all the holy rivers, read all the scriptures. That's the importance of offering a lamp. It's a great result to give to Vasudev. And whoever offers a lamp in this month becomes glorious and very fortunate. There's no sin that can touch a person who does this. And he'll attain the spiritual world where there is no suffering. So I wanted to check who'd like to sing. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, I remember. Surendra's wife. Are you there? Yes, fantastic. Oh, I remembered today. I remembered. But I've forgotten her name. What's her name? What's Mataji's name?
Anandalila.
Ah, Nandalila. What a beautiful name. Okay. So if you can sing, this is, I've added the spotlight for Shivkumar's temple at home. Very beautifully done. Thank you for that. We've also got here Damodar, and today's disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada. So you will see Srila Prabhupada there with chanting with the devotees. So if you are unable to offer a physical lamp just now, then offer a mental lamp. Just imagine a very beautiful lamp in your hands and just offer it 7 times around Damodar, then 7 times around Krishna, and then to the sky.
Yashoda.
Oh, Yashoda, yeah, sorry. Okay, Ananda Leela.
Can I start?
Yes, and just sing it once. Yes, you can do the offering of the lamps now.
Thank you.
And just sing it once. Huh? Ananda Leela, Mataji, just the once all the way through.
Ishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lashakundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyorukaladavamanam Varam Samancham Tato Dutya Gopya Rudantam Mohonitra Yugmam Vijantam Karam Bhojayogmena Satankanitham Muhu Swashakam Patrivikanka Kantha Sitagravyam Damodaram Bhaktibadam Iti Drikswalila Vedananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Makhyapayantam Tadeshitangnesu bhaktajitadvam Punah prematastam sata vriti vande Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va Nachanyam vrineham varishadapiya Idante vapurnatha gopala balam Sadami manasi avirashtam kimanye Idante mukham bhojam avyaktanile Idam kuntalai snigdharata shagopya Muhuchumbitam bimbaratadharami Manasi avirashtam malam lakshalabe Namo deva damodarananta vishnu Prasiddha prabhu dukha jalabhimanam Kripa drishti vrishtyati dinam batani Grihani shamamagnam madhyakshi drishya Kuveratma jo bhadha mrutyevayadvat Vayamuchito bhakti bhajo krito cha Tatha prema bhaktim swakam me prayacha Namo kshigraho me stidamodariha Namaste sudame surajiti dame Tvadiyodaraya tha visvashadame
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय यशोदा दामोदर यशोदा दामोदर दामोदर जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
Nitai Gaura Pramanande.
श्री दामोदर
Oh,
That was very nice. Thank you.
that was amazing. You're going to have to sing a lot more, Malaji. Beautiful singing. Really nice. Thank you
very much. Nitai Gaura.
so much. Really enjoyed that. Actually, I felt like I was in Vrindavan. So very, very nice. Thank you.
Hare
We won't have time today to
Read the
do the
English.
translation, but this translation is very beautiful. If devotees like to read, I can send a copy to Shiv Kumar and they can pass it over. Otherwise, you just can Google Damodar Astakam. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a very beautiful prayer to read. And we can sing the Nishinga prayers. This is for the protection of everybody, especially in these really crazy times at the moment. We want everybody's physical health, mental health, and most importantly, the spiritual health to improve, to increase, to become better and better and better. So we like to pray to Lord Nishingadev to give us the strength so that we can continue with our bhakti even in difficult circumstances. In fact, the more difficult the circumstances, the better our bhakti should become. So, Geeta?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Please, can you sing? Just sing it once all the way through.
Yes, of course. Namaste Narashingaya Praladaladidaine Hiranyakashipurvaksha Silakanakanakalai Ito nasimo parato nasimo Yato yam nitato nasimo Bahe nasimo Hirdi nasimo Nasimamadim sharana prapadi Tabakara kamalabari nakam adbhuta shinga dalitare ranyakashipu tanu bringa keshavadita narahari rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Nashingadev, 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 Jaya Nashingadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Lakshmi Nashinga, Jaya Lakshmi Nashinga, Jaya Lakshmi Nashinga, Jaya Lakshmi Nashinga. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jai Lord Shingadev ki jai,
Jai.
Jai Prahlad Maharaj ki jai.
So there was three little things we wanted to do. Just we just wanted to mention the satsangs that we're doing, so that gives the opportunity for people to get knowledge. This is what Krishna said as the base minimum that we must try to do, get some knowledge. So we like to share knowledge. So we've got different satsangs going on. After this, I just wanted to ask to show, I wanted to have darshan of all the different altars, if possible, whoever would like to give darshan. And we wanted to end with one very special Radha Kund verse, which Surendra will do. So we do Children's Sangha every Saturday from 6 to 7. And that's on a different Zoom address. And the pre-teens is also on a different Zoom address for protection purposes. So this is on a Sunday. This is for children between the age of 7 and 14. And we have a very amazing lady a young lady who presents this every week. And she also does, she also facilitates the youth presentation that takes place every other Sunday from 1 to 3 o'clock. And we go through 3 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Different youth make presentations of these different chapters. In this way, we're training our future. We do adults classes every single day. At the moment, we are focusing on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are about to start the 4th canto, and that's every day at 3:30, not 4 o'clock. Yoga we do every Sunday at 8:30, and Kamakshi, she is leading that. We're starting Bhagavad Gita classes, 1 chapter every week on a Friday at 7:30, and that's from December the 4th. And we're doing a bhajan night to learn these beautiful different bhajans that the acharyas have left us every Thursday from 7:30 onwards. And we have a really special person who is going to come on and lead the way on that one. So that's going to be probably on the 3rd of December, something like that. So I wanted to, this is, let's take this one out. This is Shiva's altar, very beautiful. Shiva and Mala, thank you so much. Very, very beautifully done. I really like this altar.
Thank you. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
And you got Krishna Balaram. Oh, I feel like I'm at your home. Really nice, really, really nice. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And who else would like to show us their altars?
Janki had
Oh,
it.
Janaki, yes. There. Let's have a look. Let's remove and
This one.
Oh, Janaki. No Lena today, huh? Okay, Lena's got one, a really good one. Oh, Janaki, yes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much,
You got
Krishna.
Govardhan.
Govardhan. Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Radha Krishna. Very good. Very nice. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look.
I like a Govardhan.
Yeah, Govardhan. Very, very nice. Well done, Janaki. Very beautiful. Okay, who's this? Oh, Priti. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Very good. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice, pretty. Nice, pretty.
Just bring it closer to the altar, this main altar.
Wow.
Laddu.
Nashingate.
Yes, and nice gold.
And I think that's meant to be Sunny Dev.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right. That's good. That's good.
That's Vishwakarma, Dada.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Very good.
And this is like somewhere in Sutraj in Gujarat. It's like Mammai Mata.
Okay.
So it's like the peacock feathers.
Right.
Mammai, yeah, it's meant to be one of Vishwakarma's daughters. And so it's like another form of Durga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then there's Hanuman there.
Oh, it's Hanuman. I thought it was Nrsimhadev.
And the Ram Darbar.
Wow, beautiful. Where did you get this? This is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where they're from.
Wow, that's amazing. Well done.
And then there's another Vishwakarma.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's like our
Cool Dev.
like our Dev, yeah. He's like like our Dev. So these guys are like temporary here. During Kartik, they turn up. Dad's made space for them, so yeah.
And this is
Ganesh, Saraswati,
yeah.
and then usually Dad decides to do it, but anyway, otherwise it's Radha Krishna and Gomata who usually sit in the temple. Got
Oh,
Krishna Balaram taking my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Kriti. It's a really nice altar. Thank you for that.
You got big temple.
It's small, it's tiny.
Deer's temple. Anybody else would like to show their deities? No. Of the altar. Okay, no, I'd like to thank everybody. Sivakumarji, would you like to
thank all the guests?
All the guests.
Yeah.
Many
Thanks everybody for making it, for putting your effort to see the satsang, and thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna.
And we've got a treat, of course. Mala always makes very nice South Indian prashadam.
Yeah.
Today, it's a little bit different.
I wish we could do that. Yeah.
He's gone northern.
Yeah.
He's betrayed the.
It's a nice big Gujarati thali, I know.
Once the lockdown is reopened, we will do.
This is Gujarati meal. Everybody can have nice online a virtual.
Yeah.
There's no question of become obese or ending up in the hospital in the diabetic unit.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Nice. Hare Krishna.
And yes, so where is he? Surendra, would you like to recite the verse?
Yes, Prabhu. Dhanavad. Nitai Gopra Haribol, Jai Shila Prabhupada. Jai Vaishnavas. Prema Mugdha Nritya Kirtana Kulari Tantikam Snana Dhanya Vari Dhanya Bhumi Kunda Deshatam Prema Kunda Radhikakya Shastra Vandana Dharam Prema Dhama Devam Eva Nomi Gaura Sundaram Prema Dhama Devam Eva Nomi Gaura Sundaram. So the translation is just a short note. If you don't mind, I can read it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Surcharged with the confusing dictations of pure love of God, Lord Gaura Sundara, dancing in ecstasy, anxiously approached the sacred place of Radha Kunda, which was unmanifest at that time. The Lord hastily took bath in that flooded paddy field, sanctified the water, and revealed it to be Sri Radha Kunda. In deep humility, the Lord began to carefully recite verses from the scriptures depicting Sri Radha Kund as a divine embodiment of pure love. He recites the verse, so therefore it is as follows: Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Tasya Kundam Priyam Tatha Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. So translation of this verse, just as Sri Radha is very dear to Lord Krishna, Similarly, her divine pawn, Sri Radha Kund, is dear to the Lord. Of all the cowherd maidens, she is dearmost consort to Lord Krishna. I offer my obeisances to that beautiful golden Lord, Gauranga Sundar, the divine form of Krishna Prema. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Nitai Gauranga.
Well done.
Jai.
That last verse,
Jai, very nice. Yes.
beside that last verse before bathing in the Radha Kund.
Yes, that's very
Very,
nice.
very good. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you very much.
Share more. Share
Thank you.
more, okay? Any other nectar you have, you share it. Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Swinder.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Hare
all.
Krishna. Thank you all.
Thank
Hare
you. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji,
Journey home. Don't drive too
Prabhuji.
fast.
Somebody wants to talk to you. Yeah,
Huh?
please. Somebody
Hello,
wants to.
Prabhuji.
Yes. Yogini.
If I want to join that Bhagavad Gita chapter in December,
Yes.
which link is the same link or different
Same
link?
link as
Same
this
link,
one.
yeah.
Yes.
Same one. Okay.
In
Thank
fact,
you.
what you can do, you can just send
Yes.
me, you want to just send me on the chat your mobile number.
I don't know how to do that. So
Oh, no, don't worry. Tomorrow we'll get your
yes.
number of you.
Okay.
And do you use WhatsApp?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
We can add you to the group so that you'll know exactly what's going on.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare
Thank you for
Krishna.
today.
Thank you, Yogini. Beautiful.
Thank you. Bye.
Evening, Yogini.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Geeta.